It's Monday morning, 4 days shy of Christmas, and she's getting the gifts ready. Growing up, she always wanted to be a teacher. Even when she played school with her brother and sister as a kid, she was always the teacher, they would later say. She has since been a country club waitress and a pharmacist's assistant, but now Christy Marak has her own class of 6th graders. The 25-year-old isn't going to disappoint. The night before, Marak stayed up wrapping a children's book, Miracles on Maple Hill, for each pupil. Every copy reportedly bears the same handwritten message, wishing you a very Merry Christmas and a great 1993. Love, Miss Marak. Lancaster County District Attorney Craig Stedman announces charges in a 1992 cold case killing during a news conference at the Lancaster County Courthouse in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, Monday, June 25, 2018. A family photo of the victim, Christy Marak, is seen at right. A popular DJ in Pennsylvania has been charged in the 1992 killing of Marak, an elementary school teacher who was sexually assaulted, beaten and strangled in her home as she was getting ready for work. Mark Scalfaro, The Associated Press. Her roommate is already at work. Marak, a bubbly and enthusiastic blonde woman, is alone, preparing to leave for Roarstown Elementary School in Lancaster, Penn. Before stepping out into the winter chill clamp down on Amish country, she slips into a brown leather jacket and burgundy gloves. But the first school bell sounds on December 21, 1992, and Marak is not in her classroom. And the principal, Harry Goodman, calls the teacher. The phone rings and rings. Around 9 a.m., he drives to her townhouse, steps away from a nearby barn and grain silo. The front door is cracked open. He pushes in. Marak is motionless on the living room floor, the students' gifts scattered about. Her pants and underwear are ripped away. The dead body is still wearing the jacket and gloves, Penn Live reported. Police would eventually determine Marak was beaten, strangled and sexually assaulted by an intruder. The brutal slaying hits the rural Pennsylvania county with the subtlety of a sucker punch. Article continued below, but an arrest does not come. The family and investigators pass through the painful motions of a case going cold. The police circulate a vague description of the perpetrator. The family offers a $10,000 U.S. reward. The description of a car is released. The FBI Behavioral Analysis Unit at Quantico, VA, works up a profile of the killer, a loner, someone who doesn't stand out in the crowd, an observer, Lancaster Online reports. Forensic testing excludes 60 suspects by 1995. Over 1,500 interviews are conducted. The case's detective puts Marak's photo on his desk. I see it every day and think about it every day, he tells local media. Dying from cancer in 2002, Marak's mother Jerry makes a deathbed plea in the newspaper for new information. After 15 years, Marak's brother Vince puts up a billboard asking for tips. 2 years later, he starts a Facebook page on the case. But what would eventually point investigators in the right directors was genetic genealogy, a new technique that has shocked life back into numerous cold case investigations in just a short period of time. As Lancaster District Attorney Craig Stedman explained at a news conference on Monday, the science, as well as a piece of chewing gum and water bottle collected in an undercover operation at an elementary school party, led to the arrest of Raymond Rowe. The 49-year-old, a popular wedding and event DJ in central Pennsylvania who goes by DJ Freeze, was taken into custody without incident Monday. He has yet to be officially charged and has no lawyer currently listed. Stedman said he expects to charge Rowe with first-degree murder. In his comments Monday to reporters, the district attorney admitted his office was stumped by the 25-year cold case until they began working with Reston, VA-based Paraban Nanolabs. Quite honestly, at that point in time, we didn't have any more arrows in the quiver, Stedman said. Paraban were really our last shot. Little did we know at the time, it turned out to be our best. Article continued. Genetic genealogy has been central to a number of recent cold case arrests. Splashing into the mainstream with the arrest of alleged Golden State Killer Joseph James DeAngelo, the method points investigators toward possible suspects by matching publicly available genealogical information with DNA recovered from victims and crime scenes. Last week, the same science helped U.S. Marshals in Ohio solve the mystery behind a man living for decades under the stolen identity of a dead 8-year-old. The new technique applied to law enforcement investigations, however, has raised questions about privacy. Speaking at the news conference Monday, Paraban Nanolabs' founder and CEO Stephen Armentrout argued those concerns are mostly founded on misunderstandings about how the process works and the data involved. According to Armentrout, his laboratory uses GEDmatch, an open-source database where users can upload their own genealogical information to connecting with relatives. GEDmatch has also opened the resource up to law enforcement. We must make our own decisions about privacy matters, Armentrout said. Speaking for myself, I've chosen to upload my DNA to GEDmatch and I've made it publicly available for searching. This is something I don't do lightly. But I have no misgivings if my DNA is ultimately used by law enforcement to implicate even my closest relatives if in fact their DNA is found at a crime scene. I do that because I'm confident in the methods we employ. DNA semen was found at Barack's crime scene, both on a segment of carpeting under the victim's body, and on her person. Although the sample was originally run through the FBI's Combined DNA Index System, CODIS, no matches to perpetrators or other victims were found during the years of stalled investigation. Paraban used that material to create a genotype file that was uploaded to GEDmatch. The file was set to private, meaning the data would not show up in other genealogical searches. But it did allow the team to pull on possible strands of a suspect's family tree. GEDmatch is designed to show the amount of shared DNA between two people, Armentrout explained. That allows a genetic genealogist to make inferences, to find distant cousins of the person that has the unknown DNA, to build out family trees, and ultimately come up with suggestions of who might be a suspect. The sample from the dead school teacher provided a link close to home. We do not solve these cases, C.C. Moore, a genetic genealogic expert with Paraban, emphasized to reporters Monday. We provide a highly scientific tip, and law enforcement performs their traditional investigation to confirm or refute our theory. No arrests are made on our work alone. That said, our genetic genealogical technique and research on this case led right back to Lancaster and to the suspect. The name provided to law enforcement was Raymond Rowe. According to his bio on the website for his company, Freeze Entertainment, Rowe started as a break dancer in the early 80s, then started DJing shortly after and soon became a popular house party DJ in the mid-80s. His site boasts Rowe is now the one recognized leader in the central PA area among local DJs. At the news conference, Lancaster District Attorney Stedman admitted Rowe's name had not come up previously in the Murak case. Rowe, however, did live about 6.5 kilometers from the victim at the time of the crime. Stedman speculated the two may have met at a club or event before the schoolteacher's murder. Armed with the name, Lancaster law enforcement needed to follow up with concrete evidence. We had to collect a surreptitious sample from him, Stedman said. learning Rowe was set to DJ an event on May 31 at a local elementary school. Members of the Pennsylvania State Police went undercover inside the school. At the party, they observed Rowe chewing gum and using a water bottle. The undercover officers grabbed both after Rowe discarded the items. On June 22, the final results from the state crime lab came in, linking Rowe to the samples collected from Iraq. This killer was at liberty from this brutal crime for longer than Christy Marak was on this earth alive. Stedman told reporters. Hairband steered us in the path of holding him finally accountable.